Hey everyone, good morning or afternoon. My name is Devin and I'm so excited that I'm part of the Butte camp this week, and I hope everyone enjoyed everything and the posts that we had, and I know I really liked it being on this side and doing my own tutorial and everything. So I did post on like Monday or Tuesday about whether you guys wanted a full makeup tutorial or you would like just the full wing liner tutorial, and everyone voted, so thank you so much for voting on the full makeup tutorial. So I'm so excited to kind of do this with you guys today and show you how I do my makeup and everything like that. So I kind of started my love for makeup when I lived in France for about a year, and just started watching YouTube tutorials and really just got into makeup while I was living there, and have just started a collection since then. So I really love doing makeup. I love the creativity that it gives you and everything like that. So I'm just going to kind of get started and chat with you guys while I do my makeup and show you the products that I use and how I use them and everything like that. So let's get started. So I am going to start with my eyes today, and I'm going to start and prime them with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. This stuff works really, really well, and I use this really if I'm like, I don't use this every day. I use it if I'm going out somewhere or like a wedding or somewhere like I'm really fancy for it, because I just love it so much. I don't want to not waste it, but I don't want to use it on everyday looks. So because it works so well, I just like to cherish it. But you just apply that to your eyes. It comes with like a little, like a makeup brush sort of thing, and you just put this on your eyes, and just take your finger and rub it in. And I'm gonna do like a really simple look with the winged liner. So I got this new palette. You'll hear me talk about it through the whole tutorial here. But Tarte Cosmetics does a sale once or twice a year where they give like 5 or 6, maybe 7 full size items for $63. So you get a foundation, a blush, a mascara, something for your eyes, a lip color, and then a bag, all for $63, and they're all full-size products. So I just recently got that, so I'm really excited to do this tutorial featuring all of those things. So I'm going to start with my eyes, like I said. So this is the eyeshadow palette that came in the Tarte bag. And it's their summer kind of fun little palette here. And it's got some really great colors. So if you see all of these colors, there's a blue and just some shimmers and stuff. So I'm just going to stick with the lighter shades today. So first I'm going to take my blending brush and use this color called Lemonade. I'm just going to dap it on my brush and swipe that over my eyes. I have veins that show through on my eyeballs, so I like to cover those up by first starting with a primer and then taking a really light shade and just covering those up. I think that really just kind of neutrals your eyeball out, your eyelid out, and you're easy to like start with a basic platform. Perfect. Next, I'm going to take this shade right here. It's called Spring Break. It's a little bit of a darker brown, but it is pretty neutral. So I'm just going to put that all over my lid as well. Really focusing this one in the crease of your eye. So right in here. This is just going to brighten up the look in a whole. Warm browns with blue eye colors really just brighten your eyes and make your eyes pop. Kind of the opposite color that your eye is. Really just pulls out the color of your eye. Perfect. So I'm going to take this shimmery shade. It's called Summer Love, and I'm going to take it on my finger. I do that because I want the glitter and kind of the kind of glistening part of that color to shine through. The oils of your finger make that happen or help that to happen. The oils from your finger, when you transfer it to your eye, really help that pigmentation to stick better. And that's exactly what I'm looking for. So I just take it on my eye or on my finger and then dab it onto my eye. Like so. So it's super shimmery and just a really great color to add just a subtle look to. And I'm going to do the other eye the exact same. Perfect. So you can see it's just a really light shimmery shade, and it's really, really subtle. So I'm going to add it up a little bit and just add some of this festival color here, this bright gold. I'm not going to do a lot. I just want to focus that in this like corners in the center of my eye just to bring a little pop of color. This is just more of a warm tone gold compared to that lighter tone gold that we put as a base. So this just brings a little bit more definition to that color and adds just a little bit more dimension to your eye and pigmentation that we're looking for. And again, I'm just taking my finger, adding it in just with my finger just to make sure I get the color that I'm looking for. And I just swipe it over my eye, blending it where necessary. And that's it. That's what I'm going to do for my eyes today, just shadows. And I just wanted to keep it simple and focus more on the winged liner. So I'm going to tightline and waterline my eyes. I'm going to use this Revlon Colorstay eyeliner, and this is in the color black brown. So I'm just going to take it and tightline my eyes. And then do my waterline as well. Perfect. Now I'm going to grab my winged liner. Today I'm using this eyeliner called UD Perversion Waterproof Fine Point Pen. This is by Urban Decay, and Urban Decay is one of my all-time favorite products. They do great makeup palettes. They just or eyeshadow palettes and stuff. All of their makeup is really, really high quality. And I specifically like this liner because of this felt tip here. This makes it a lot easier to I guess guide yourself when you're doing a wing liner, and allows you the ability to do really, really thin strokes. That's exactly what you want. Because you can always build on top of your product. It's really, really hard to take away, especially if you have a full face of makeup on. You don't want to, that's why I always start with my my eyes first when I'm doing a wing liner specifically, because it's easier to correct any mistakes or any hiccups or anything like that without face makeup on. So let's get started here. I'm just shaking it up a little bit just out of habit. So I do start on the outside of my eye and kind of work my way in. So I make really, really fine lines and kind of make it where how I want it to go. So I started with that line, and now I'm going to take my fine tip pen here, add an angle, and connect that to the center of my eye. I'm just going to draw it in, add an angle, and connect it to the center of my eye. And now I'm going to fill that in. If you're doing a smaller liner or wing, it is a little easier to fill in. If I'm going for a more dramatic look today, so I can give you guys a good tutorial. Or a good view, I guess. And you want to make sure your skin doesn't show through there, so just take your time. Don't rush through it. You have to have a really steady hand. I never breathe when I'm doing a winged liner, so just focus and make sure you're paying attention to where you're putting your line and do really small strokes. And then you want to take that where we met in the center and just finish it all the way down to the center of your, or the corner of your eye here. And you don't want that line to be very thick. You just want it to kind of follow the contour of your eye. Again, you don't want it to be thick just because a wing liner is something that builds out. Perfect. So there you go. You can see that the wing hits out to the tip, comes in, and just follows the shape of my eye. So now I'm going to do the other eye. Following the same set of rules, just focusing on my short lines, not breathing while I do it, and making sure my pen is in the correct position. So I always start with the line out and then draw my pen back in. I also find it easier to keep my eye open. This is what works for me. I know a lot of people that look down when they're doing this. If looking down works for you, it does help keep your eye open. The shape of your eye is really easy to see, especially when you look down. So I'm just filling this in, making sure I get my whole, where I put the drawing or the outline all covered. This is a very time-consuming process, so if you're in a hurry, I would not suggest doing a winged liner, or I guess a dramatic wing liner. I only do winged liner if I'm going for an occasion, typically when I'm going to a wedding. I rock a wing liner with like a bold red lip or something. I think that look is just beautiful, and that really works for me. And I have times, I know I'm going to a wedding, I know I have the time that I need to get ready to do a winged liner. Okay. So I got that all filled in here. I'm going to go back to the other eye and make it a little thicker. just to make sure they match perfectly. And they will never be perfect. So the more you try to correct it or anything like that, sometimes for me, I found the more I try to correct it, the worse it gets. So no one is going to be looking at your eyeliner with a microscope or anything. So if they look similar, they're going to be perfect. You can see that this one's a little bit further out or a little bit shorter in than the other one. But once I put mascara on and finish my whole face, you won't be able to tell. So what I'm going to do now is kind of correct it. I do have a little mark sitting out here. So a little pro tip is how to correct that. So I'm just going to take a little bit of my foundation and I'm going to put it on my hand. This foundation is called Foundcealer and it is by Tarte. It came in my pack that I got. It's a full-size bottle. This is my old one that I've had for over a year, but I've got another one in the pack, full-size bottle, and this is in the color Fair Light Neutral. Now I'm going to take a precision brush, just a flat-headed brush, and I'm going to correct my mistake on my eyeliner. So what I'm going to do is just draw a line from my liner out, just to clean it up a little bit. This covers any errors, any mistakes, or anything like that that may have been made, or anything like that. So just tap that in then, and any mistakes that you made are gone. Now, like I said, I've been doing makeup for a really long time. I lived in France in 2015, so it's been several years since I was there. And I have been practicing and doing wing liners since then, and I am still not a perfectionist or perfect at it. So if anyone tells you that they are perfect at wing liners, I'm pretty sure they're lying, because wing liner, especially with two eyes doing two different things, is very, very tough. So practice does make perfect. Just keep that in mind when you're doing it or when you're practicing. Look down in the mirror, look up, like figure out what works best for you and just have patience to learn. It does get frustrating when one eye definitely looks different than the other, but I promise you'll get there, and once you do, you'll be really, really happy with your end result. So now I'm just going to move on to my face and do that. So what I'm going to do is start by priming my face. I recently got a primer, like tri-pack with Tarte, and I think it was like 20 bucks for 3 different products. There was a oil, a primer, and a setting powder. So this is the oil right here. It's called Maracuja. And this oil smells terrible. I used it once. It smells like wet cardboard. Don't buy it. Use the Revlon oil on your face, like before you're putting your primer on or anything like that. The Revlon oil with Money is a wonder product. So use that instead. I'm telling you, don't buy that stuff. It smells like wet cardboard. But this also came in that pack, and it actually smells really, really good. So this is the Poreless Mattifying Primer by Tarte. I've been looking for a new primer, so I wanted to buy something that gave me a couple options and could figure it out. So I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger, definitely not a lot of product, and just rub it in my face. If you've used the Revlon oil or you love it, just make a comment or a like below and I love the Rejuvenique oil, even for your face, for sunburn, for whatever. It's got so many uses. I'd love to see what you guys use it for and everything like that, or if you don't have it or anything you're interested in, just comment down below. So next, I have been really feeling the glow look this summer. So I've been really wanting to show off my skin and not wear a lot of makeup and all of the things that comes with summer. So first I'm going to put this on my face. This is actually a Tarte liquid highlighter. It looks like this. I got a little mascara stain or eyeliner stain that I can't get off of it. But this is the Pro Glow by Tarte. So I'm just going to take a little bit and actually put dots on my face. This is going to add a really pretty glow under my makeup. And that's what I'm looking for. I really, like I said, have been feeling just showing off my skin, showing off my face, and everything like that. So I really want it to be super glowy. I'm just going to take a flat-headed brush then and just rub this in. Since I started using the Monet Be Balanced line, I have not had acne or as much acne as I used to. I'm still a woman, still have monthly women things or womanly things that happen. So don't get me wrong, I still have acne, but with the Be Balanced line, it has helped me immensely to like fight that acne. It's gone within a couple days, or it doesn't show up at all. And I used to have really bad cystic acne. The ones that are painful under your skin that are just miserable. I don't really have those anymore. I get maybe one a month, and the great thing about using the Be Balanced line is then they're gone within a couple days. Before they would last for months and just be super painful, and I hated my skin. So next I'm going to take that foundation concealer, again the Found concealer, and that I still have on the back of my hand, and just dot that into my face. So because I had such bad acne in college, I never wanted to show it off. I just wanted to put the most makeup on that I could and cover it up. I didn't want anyone to see that I had acne under my skin, so I used that like really thick, like ultra coverage makeup, and since I've been using Monet, I don't have to do that anymore. So I'm not even really gonna wear a full face of makeup today. I'm just covering like my dark circles, a little bit of acne scars that I still have, and stuff like that. So I'm definitely not doing a full face makeup with like a whole mattifying foundation. So I'm just going to take this and the dots that I put on my face, it's a beauty sponge, and just tap those in. You want to tap your makeup in because that helps the product stay, that helps the product spread more evenly throughout your face. If you're using a brush, your brush takes a lot of makeup. I'm not saying don't use a brush. I do use a brush often, but I always start when I'm putting like concealer under my eyes or anything like that, and using a beauty sponge just to tap that product in and give me the coverage that I am looking for in the like dark spots or acne scars or whatever I'm looking to cover up. And then if I do wear makeup or foundation over that, that's when I use the brush. So you just want to make sure this is really well blended throughout your whole face and kind of covering the areas that you want covered. Now I will say, when you are working with your under eye, always make sure your makeup goes out, or your sponge, like you're dragging that makeup away from the corner of your eye. If you're in the corner of your eye, it could like be really cakey right in here, and make you look tired or give you worse like circles or bags under your eyes than you want to portray. We're trying to cover those up, not make them more noticeable. So just work that product away from your eye, the corner of your eye. So I'm not going to use a brush today, but I wanted to show you it because I got it in my pack for Tarte, and this is just a foundation brush, so it's kind of a flat-headed brush, but the handle is just really, really pretty. It's like this purple with leaves and everything, so I just wanted to show you guys. I'm obsessed with that deal from Tarte. It's just a really, really good value for what you get. So next I'm going to take some bronzer on my face. I'm going to use this drugstore brand called Butter Bronzer, by Physicians Formula. This stuff is thebomb.com. I have been using this stuff for well over 5 years, and it is my absolute favorite. It is a drugstore bronzer, but it works so well, and it smells amazing. So it smells like that sunscreen that one sunscreen that everyone knows that smells like bananas and magic all in one bottle. That's what this smells like. That's why I love it, and it's so good. And it is in the color light bronzer, and it's like perfectly matched for my skin tone in the winter and the summer. It just matches me like it was built for me. Like it is the sister of the traveling bronzers or something. I love it. But I'm just going to take it on this big fluffy brush and just tap it in. And I start always in the contour of my cheek, moving in circles around my face, really just starting and working it up. Especially because my hair is up, I do like to put it on my ears and get it in my hairline as well. When I'm focusing on bronzer, I focus on the 3. If you were to draw lines on your face, you want it to be in a 3 here for what you're covering and what you want. That's what you want it to cover. Because I'm not really wearing any other foundation or coverage or anything, I am going to put this over my face just because I do want a little bit more coverage than just bronzing it. But you can see on my cheek here that highlighter that we put on shining through, and I love that. I think it gives you a really nice summer glow. Gives you that sun-kissed look that like a lot of people want in the summer. Like I said, I do work it into my hairline. I do work it down my chin or down my neck a little bit just to make sure everything is blended flawlessly. It doesn't have like a line on my chin or anything like that. That's definitely not what you want. And you can always do this and give yourself 6 chins just to make sure everything's blended fine. So next, I am going to take another drugstore product that I just recently bought, and I absolutely am in love with it. This big guy is called Lumi BronzeIt by True Match. This is in the shade medium too. So it is just beautiful. I'll try to hold it up here so you can see, but you can see a little bit of sparkle, a little bit of glow in this bronzer. So I just take it again on the same brush that I just used for the other bronzer and do the exact same thing. This just adds that sun-kissed glow. I definitely don't do as much as the other one, but just to get that outer glow from your bronzer is exactly what I'm looking for, and this product is just beautiful. Perfect. So I am going to still highlight my face, or highlight the highest points of my face. I'm going to use the Milk Makeup highlighter. This doesn't have a shade color, but I think it's the only one that they make. And I am obsessed with this highlighter. It is the prettiest highlighter I've ever used in my whole life. I'm going to try to zoom it in really quick for you to see it. But it is just like this really like paley kind of highlight. And I just feel like it is just beautiful. So I'm just going to put this on like my cheekbones, my eyebrow bone, the bridge of my nose, and right here on my lip. And then I just kind of tap that in. Like, look how great that highlight is. It's just, it adds the exact amount of shine that I'm looking for, and it's perfect. The only thing that I will say that I'm pretty upset about is that my turner broke on it, so my product doesn't move up any further, and I'm almost like, I've almost used it down to the little nub. So I'm really sad about that, but it is a really pretty highlighter, so I will buy it again. For blush today, I am using the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in the shade Dazed. Now, this came in my pack for $63, full size. It's amazing. I've never used this shade before, but I really, really like it. It's just a pale pink. It's got a lot of shimmer to it, which obviously I love. And I always do it after my highlight because I want my highlight and my blush to kind of become one on my cheeks. So just taking another big fluffy brush, doing a couple taps and working this up. You want to work that into that highlight. I like to, just because it makes that a little bit shinier, adds a little peachiness to it, and gets that highlight just kind of melted into your skin. Perfect. And I don't want to really do a lot of blush in the summer. I want rather to be bronzy, not blushy. So next for brows, I have really been rocking a bold brow in the summer, or for a while now. So I recently bought the Urban Decay Brow Blade. It's a dual-ended stick, and I love that because it makes it really, really accessible to using like just one pencil or one pen. So it's got a pencil in on one side, and it's got a felt tip side on the other. So this is kind of like the eyeliner. If you're drawing precise lines or anything like that, that's the side to use. I'm going to start with just my eyebrow brush and just kind of straighten them out, clean them up, making sure they're all going in the right direction. I always work my eyebrows up and then down. You always want to follow, especially when you're filling in your brows, the shape or the way your hair grows. You don't want to force them or fill them in wrong or anything like that. You just want to follow the way they grow. So I'm going to start with the pencil side of this brush, and I pull my pencil up about that much. Not very far, because I'm not looking to bring in a lot of product. I'm just looking in to fill it in. And you just, like I said, work this up with the way your brows grow or the way your hair grows in your brow. Just with the little strokes, especially if you're using the other felt tip side, which I'll do in a minute. You want to make sure you're really, really fine strokes with that and having a steady hand. I always just like to do the pencil first because it gives me a good idea of how full my brows are and any spots where there's like maybe specific hairs are missing or something. So I'm going to take that brush again and just fill that in, like even it out a bit, make it not so harsh. Has anyone used the Lash and Brow Serum by Monat? Because I am obsessed with it. I don't use it on my brows because I have very bushy brows anyways. But it does work for my eyelashes, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. give me a like or a comment or something below if you really like it, or if you used it. I know I have some really great before and after results of my eyelashes, so I'd love to see yours if you guys have taken them or if you used them or anything like that. So like I said, I'm going to take the felt tip now and just do fine lines. I usually do it on the ends of my brows, just to make sure my brows are even. And if you've made a line too hard or too harsh, just take your finger, dab it out. Perfect. So you can definitely see a difference between my two brows right now. Now I'm just going to fill the other one in, doing the exact same thing, starting by pushing it up, making them nice, easier to work with. This is actually my first makeup tutorial I've ever really done or posted. I've filmed quite a few, but I've never had the guts to post one. So I'm really excited that I had the opportunity to do this for you guys and that you guys wanted the full makeup tutorial, because it gave me the need to finally do my makeup tutorial. Like I said, I have been doing makeup for a while now, and I'm definitely not perfect at it, but I just love doing it. It's like kind of like a stress reliever. You get to do all of these super fun looks and unique things, and that it's kind of like cooking for me. You get to sit down and you have no idea what you're going to create, and then this beautiful look comes out, and you did that all with makeup, or you did that all on your own, and that's just something that is so cool to me. So that's why I really, really love doing it. And then I'm going to take that felt tip again and just fill in the bottoms of my brows, really. And I do my brows on my own. I wax them on my own. So it's easier for me to know my brows when I do them on my own. Like if I know I missed or I took too much in one spot or anything like that, I can definitely use this felt tip side and fill that in pretty easily because I do my own brows. So next I'm going to do my mascara. Since I'm finished with my brows now, I'm going to use two different ones today. I'm going to use a primer and then a mascara. So the primer I'm going to start with is the Voluminous Lash Paradise base. So it's just a white base that I'm going to put on my top lashes. I don't put this on my bottom because I don't really want to like that much product on the bottom lashes. So I've been with Monat for a little over 2 months, and I love their products. I love being a market partner, and I love sharing products that I truly, truly believe in. I'm a really big product loyal person, so when I find products I love or anything, I want to tell everyone and anyone about them. So my mascara that I'm using is the Big Ego by Tarte in the color black. So I'm just going to take this and just go over that primer that I just put on. But because of that, I'm very brand loyal, and I love to show people great products. I want to tell them about the products that I'm using and how great they are and why they're so great. So I was a VIP for about a year before I decided to become a market partner. And to let you in on a little secret, I lost my job in April just due to COVID and everything like that, and I've really been trying to figure out what to do from here. And I have kind of been dabbling in the idea of starting a blog and kind of just promoting these products that I love, and doing makeup tutorials and traveling, and just really just wanting to excite women about doing makeup and getting out of their comfort zones and doing different things. And so I've been taking a course on kind of how to start a blog and become successful with one, and I'm getting ready to launch my new blog, so I'm pretty excited. If you guys have any tips or tricks, or you blog on your own or anything like that, I'd love to hear them. So leave me a comment or send me a message or anything like that, because I'm really passionate about sharing things. And I've always been a teacher. I've always been someone that likes to teach other people how to lead, or how to do things that they can't do or don't know how to do yet. And all growing up, I was in student teaching or involved with teaching, and changed my major from teaching my sophomore year of college. So I've always just been someone that loves to teach people things. And that's why I want to start a blog, to be able to teach people different things like makeup tricks, or essentials to pack when traveling, or being like a solo female traveler, which I did for a year throughout France and everything. So, but if you guys have any tricks or tips or anything, or if you think it's a crazy idea for me to start a blog, just leave me a comment or send me a message on Facebook or Instagram or something. I'd love to hear your guys' feedback on this video and everything, just so when I do start my blog, or if I start it for sure, you guys will be the first to know. So Quarantine Butte Camp, you guys are the first to know that I'm doing it, and so I'm really excited, so just leave me a comment below on it. So lastly, I'm going to take the same mascara and do my lower lashes. I don't want a lot of product on my lashes, on my lower lashes. I always do those last, because I used to do them first, and always started with them. And then when I would look up to do my top lashes, it would get on my skin right here, and I'd have to correct it and go back. So I just decided to not do that anymore and do them last. Okay, so very last step of my makeup look for today is my lip. So today I'm using the Tarte lip paint in the color Festival. This is just a really pretty, like, nude, pinky kind of color. Great summer color, just because it's not really heavy on your mouth or anything like that. And it is long wear, but not super long. Like, it won't last through a whole day outside. So if you're going to dinner, or you're going for a girls' night or something, this is the perfect like color for that. I always start in the middle and kind of work my way out. I just love this color because it's super neutral, but it does add a little pink, and it's exactly what I'm looking for, and then it dries matte. I love matte shades. And then you can always add, if you do want it to not be matte, you can always add a gloss on top of it. All right, friends, that's it. That's the full look, winged liner and all. So I'll just come in here a little bit for you guys to see it. I'm so happy that I got to be a part of this skincare side and skin side and everything of this Butte Camp, and I'm really happy if you guys watched all the way through this video and everything. I know it was a long one, but I'm really happy you guys are here, and if you guys have any questions or comments or concerns about makeup, feel free to reach out. Like I said, I love teaching people how to do makeup and how to feel confident in their makeup and abilities and everything like that. So let me know if I can help you in any way, and I'd love to. But thank you so much for being here today, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend and a good July 4th next week and everything like that. So see ya!